And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Sports Analyst Podcast. This is Jared. That's Jessa. Jessa, how we doing this fine Wednesday night?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Ready
That
to talk some football.
that is very good. That is very good. Wait, hold on, almost. Let me show you what I'm doing right now because it's Wednesday. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that means we have Wednesday Cusaction, as they call it. If you're not aware, okay, this is this is the weekly occurrence now throughout the week of October or throughout the month of October. The Conference USA has a media rights deal that makes them play midweek games throughout the month of October on both CBSSN and the ESPN family of networks. So all throughout October, you will have midweek Cusaction games starting on Tuesdays to later. And then we have Maction with the mid. I don't even actually know what the actual Max like acronym stands for. Is it
Mid-American?
the Mid American? You're
Mid-American?
probably right. It's just the Mac. It's just the
Yeah,
Mac.
it's just the Mac.
And we'll have Maction on weeknights in November. So from now on, you will have weeknight football. Basically, every single night there will be a football game, whether it be NFL or college football. So let's all praise the gods of college football because that is amazing.
Because we got 49 straight days of football on every single night. Yeah. Woohoo.
Oh
Let's
yeah, we love
go.
it. We love it. All right, Jess, we're doing something a little different for the hot take of the day today. We are going to start a new tradition, I guess.
Yeah.
We are going to start asking people from the chat about a hot take or a rant they would like to go on, and we are going to insert it into the episode. And our first contestant is my sister Kylie. We all love Kylie. She's very passionate. We'll get into that eventually. Let's hear her rant of the day.
Hello, I have a hot take for you all today. And my hot take is Big Noon Fox. I hate him, I want him gone. Because here's why. They ruin any game they go to because they make it at noon instead of a night game, which can completely change the environment and completely change the whole entire atmosphere. Night games are infinitely better than day games, in my opinion. And here's a little experience I have with this. Last year, I had the opportunity to be at the Penn State-Ohio State game last year, and it was at Penn State. And number 2 versus number 3, record number of people in that stadium. This game was at noon because of Big Noon Fox. And game day, not shockingly, was also there. So I think if game day's there, go somewhere else, Big Noon Fox. Like, we don't want you here. We have game day here. Funny thing, actually, everyone boycotted Big Noon there because nobody wanted the game to be at noon. They wanted it to be at night. And there were shirts that said Big Noon games suck because they do. And completely ruined. And everyone knows how insane Penn State can be in that stadium. We've all seen the video of the Michigan guy not being able to hear the snap because it was so loud. And guess what? That game was at night. So I think at the very least, if game day's there, don't go there, Big Noon Fox. Let them have the night game. Let them experience it. And one more thing, 7 out of Ohio State's 12 games last year were at noon because of Big Noon Fox. And that's all.
All right. Yeah, Kylie, I agree 1000%. There is nothing else that I could ever add.
Yeah, I agree too. The whole point of night games and the whole point of just football is better at night, right? And so it makes absolutely no sense that the best games are at noon. I'm not saying that no games should be at noon, right? That's not what we're saying here. But the best games should be reserved so the best environments can happen, which is at night. Put the mid-tier, like, who know, we're not really sure about these teams. Put those ones at noon and at 1:30 and whatnot, right? Leave the night games for the big games. Please. It
Yep.
totally takes things away. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and especially, I'm sure, as you guys are Ohio State fans, 7 out of 12 games? I didn't know that. That's wild.
Insane. It was literally disgusting. It was disgusting. And none of our home games were at night last year. Luckily, we've had a couple with the NBC, but they were against Ohio and Minnesota.
Which
But
is
yeah,
wild.
these
Why are
games
those ones the night games?
exactly, and yeah, it's crazy. So yes, 100% agree. Big noon must be stopped.
I don't know what all the, it's probably money. That's probably why they do it, which is just
Oh,
another
it's definitely money.
example in college football of them doing something to the sport that is all for money and nothing for the fans who really are what make it great. So,
Yep.
yeah, get rid of them. We don't need them anyways. Just like Kylie said, we
We
got game day, and we don't love game day all the time, but we got them. We don't need to.
But at least our premiere game isn't going to be right after the show at noon Eastern or 10 a.m. local. The
Yeah.
10 a.m. local game should just be whenever Utah is playing. Put them
Yeah,
at 10
agreed.
a.m.
They can
local,
have all of them.
right? They can have all of those. Big noon, you can go there every single week. We will not care. Okay? But the good
Yeah.
games reserved for the night
Yeah,
slots.
and with how much Joel Klatt likes Utah, I think he would be so happy doing that. Just go,
He
dude.
would be, yes, his pants would be full. Moving on. Speaking of night games, we have a night game this week. BYU
Yep.
in Mexico, basically, with playing at Arizona in Tucson,
No, it's
um,
Tucson. It's Tucson because
Tucson,
that's how it's spelled. That's such. I have
Tucson
such a bone to
Raiders.
pick with Arizona. Tucson. What the freak? Anyways, in
Yep.
Arizona.
No, yeah, 100%. Also, bear down. They're not the bears. They're the Wildcats. They're
What
little
the?
kitty cats. Yeah. Who would have a cat as a mascot? That's so lame. Let's get into the game, though, Jess. What should we expect with Arizona? Arizona is 4-1 so far. Their only loss coming to Iowa State on the road. We'll get into a little bit more about what happened there. But what is Arizona? Who is Arizona, and what should BYU fans know?
So I didn't know that the BYU Arizona game series goes back to 1899. The first game was played in
Wow.
1899. Yeah. And BYU is 13, 12, and 1 in all time
Okay.
series. So they've played 26 times and it's pretty even. Like BYU only leads by one game and we've won the last four times we've met, dating back to Kalani's very
Ooh.
first game,
Okay.
which was the 2016 game we were at.
We were there.
We were there. We were there. Who was it? Jake Oldroyd? Was he the
Jake
one?
Oldroyd.
Jake the Make? Okay.
Yep.
So, Arizona, I would say in 2025, they're a different team than what we've seen, at least so far. They were never really a threat, to be completely honest with you. Before, they were always kind of struggling in some way. New coaches, old coaches, that kind of thing. They're looking
Hmm.
strong so far in 2025. They have some strengths that we'll go into. They're 4-1, like you said, and they're led by their dual threat quarterback, Noah Fafita. And they have a really good defense this year. So that's kind of the rundown of like who is Arizona in 2025. Should be a good test.
Yeah, and this is interesting because last year I feel like Arizona was kind of the opposite of what they like. They had Noah Fafita. They also had Tetaroa McMillan, which no one in the South can pronounce his name. It's
True.
not that hard. It's Tetaroa, but no one can say it here. Um, but Noah Fafita, very good when he had Tet. Now that he doesn't have Tetaroa McMillan, it feels like the offense isn't as snappy, or the media doesn't cover it as if it were as snappy with Tetaroa McMillan. And their defense is much better, which was not the case last year.
Yeah, that was the
Remind me,
whole thing.
this
Go
is the
ahead.
second year of Brent Brennan as the head coach, correct?
Yep,
Because Jed Fish left to Washington,
for
and we
Washington.
have seen a step up in his second year. They are more competitive. They are beating teams they're supposed to beat, which was not the case last year, like when they went to overtime with NAU, which is an FCS school, if you did not know.
Yep, my brother-in-law's brother is the kicker there. So that's kind of fun.
Small world.
Yep, right? Um, yeah, so I have a lot of respect for Brent Brennan. I think he and Kalani are very close, and I've watched some media with him. And from I don't know, I like his vibe. And also I watched media with their players, and it seems like the culture there, the guys are bought into the culture, which isn't hard to do when you have success, right?
True.
But Arizona's going to be a test. Like they are a good team. The other thing is I think in it so far this year we haven't played our best game, BYU, right? We've been able to win games when guys have been at like 60% as far as like good production. This game, in order to win, we are going to have to play well. We are going to have to play well. That's how good Arizona is
Yep.
this year, at least on paper.
For four
However,
quarters.
yes, for 60 minutes. You can't go on these quarter scoring droughts. Like you can't do that. So, but I will talk about the first advantage when that I want to talk about for BYU, is that BYU is going to fill half of Arizona's stadium, and that is not an over exaggeration. I literally think half the stadium is going to be royal blue. Like if you were to count the heads.
Yeah.
And Brent Brennan knows that. Speaking of media that I watched, oh, this is his quote. This is a quote. This is like in his opening statement. He says, "As we look forward to this week and welcome our friends from BYU, a top 25 team, my challenge to our fan base and everyone who loves the University of Arizona is to show up. Let's sell out Arizona Stadium. Don't worry, BYU fans are going to do that for you. Let's make it the hostile environment we know it can be. Ooh. And make it challenging for our opponents when they get here. I think that's something I know we experience every time we go on the road in the Big 12. Oof. We experienced that 2 weeks ago at Iowa State. Sold out, rocking, loud, hard to deal with, and we're absolutely capable of the same here. We're capable of the same here. We experience it on the road. So he's basically saying they don't have a home field advantage, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So that bodes well.
Um, yeah, that bodes very well for BYU fans. If you're in the area, definitely go to this game. You will not be alone. We were watching the Arizona Oklahoma State game. It was on our little multi-box this last Saturday. There were maybe like it looked like the Rose Bowl. I'm just gonna say it looked like the Rose Bowl. There was no one there. And this is a 3-1 Arizona team at the time playing an Oklahoma State team that they should have and did beat handily. And there was no one there. I mean, granted the game was at like 1:30 local and it's not even October and it's in Mexico, so it's a billion degrees. But still, like there was no one there in a surefire win game that would have been fun to take all the kids to. So I expect there to be a lot of BOU fans there to, if not create a home style environment for BOU, at least mitigate the hostile environment that Arizona would usually or want to expect.
Yeah, it'll be a neutral site game, which will be exciting, I think. And you know what? Arizona may prove us wrong there.
Yep.
But yeah, you mentioned it as well. They're a top 10 defense in the nation right now. Granted, they haven't played anybody. Like, let's go through their schedule. They played Hawaii, Weber State, Kansas State, Iowa State, and then Oklahoma State. Wow, lots of
One
states.
of those teams is
My
not like the
goodness.
other.
Yeah, which one? Weber State and Oklahoma State seem pretty similar to me. But yeah, so and yeah, they're 4-1, right? And I kind of did some research, and BYU will be the best team that they have played. BYU,
Okay.
weirdly, is the 27th ranked offense. We score well. We our total offense. We what is it? Rack up 451 yards of offense a game.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive. It's great. They haven't seen the closest that Arizona has seen was Iowa State with 400 yards a game. Um, but the most interesting thing to me is their pass defense is like top 8 in the country. Their
Okay.
secondary, I went through each position group and kind of compared BYU and Arizona's this week to curb my anxiety because I'm so scared to play a real team. And BYU has them beat in most areas, including linebacker, even with Jack Kelly out. We still have a better
Interesting.
linebacker core than they do. But their secondary is scary. I'm just gonna say it. They have a deep, deep safety room. Genesis Smith, number 12. Dalton Johnson, number 43. 12 and 43. And then they have a third safety. All of them are ranked 80 or rated 80 plus in PFF's talent and
Oh
production
boy.
rankings. So running or passing the ball is going to be tough. But anyways, I just went on a rant of all this Arizona intel because I'm studying them because I'm so scared. But what is your take on what are your expectations for this game, Jared? How do you feel about how we match up with Arizona from what you've seen?
Well, to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, you said this is going to be like we are going to be the best team Arizona has played. I think Arizona will be the best team that we have played as well. This is going to be a very difficult game for us. Bear lit it up in the passing game and last week, and like you said, this Arizona secondary is a little bit different than West Virginia's secondary. Like Bear's going to have his work cut out for them, cut out for him. Um, here is kind of my trend that I noticed. Arizona in their one loss, I was trying to look for differences in their one loss
Yeah,
compared to their wins, right? And it was their only away game. They've lost their only away game they've played.
that's
And then
wild.
B, right, which is crazy at this point of the season.
Yeah,
Um, but also they gave up 8 explosive plays of 15 or more, and two of them were all almost 20. So six of them were 20 plus, and two of them were almost 20. So these are very explosive plays. These are like field position changing plays, drive changing plays, right? They gave up 8 of them against Iowa State. In their other 4 games combined, they had given up 8 total. So they had had exactly two explosive plays in each of their wins given up by their defense, right? But in Iowa State, they gave up 8 explosive plays to Iowa State. And that was how Iowa State won the game. Like you have written down here, this is the only team that has in the FBS that has not allowed a passing touchdown. And it was because they got to the 10-yard line like 6 times. Iowa State did against this Arizona defense, and then just like all their touchdowns were like 1 yard run, 1 yard run, 1 yard run. So I
interesting.
think if BYU wants to win this game, we are going to have more of those explosive plays. And I think it's very interesting that we're coming off of the game where we had the most explosive plays that we have seen this season, maybe like in the last 2 years. That was the most explosive plays we've seen, and now we're coming into a game where we're going to need those in order to win the game.
Yep, interesting. This whole conversation right now, the matchup to watch that I'm not gonna say least confident in, but I think will be the pivotal matchup is our offense versus their defense, right?
Absolutely.
Because I honestly, I watched some film on Arizona's offense. It's QB spy and rush, and I think we'll be all right with Noah Fifita. He took several coverage sacks, um, and their O line is the shallowest depth position on their roster. So I would love to see some D line sacks already, but it's going to be if our offense can put up plays. Here's the thing. I wrote this down. Arizona, get ready to learn tunnel screen, my friend. Because it's kind of like a run, but it's not. And sometimes it goes for 30 plus if we can complete it. So,
Hey,
those,
it'll either go for 30 plus in that direction or that direction. We don't
yup,
know, but
yup.
it's an explosive either way.
But the ball is not in the air very long. Okay? So it's kind of like a run. Yeah, screen passes, all the things. Oh man. But you know what? I am excited to watch Bear. I'm all in on the like my expectations for Bear are pretty high now. I'm excited for him to ball out. And I think we open up the playbook a little bit more every week.
Mhm.
Like go let's see Bear let it loose a little bit. I know he turned the ball over twice, but open up the playbook, let him sling it. Maybe sweet.
Yep. I think I'm not going to say that it's okay if Bear turns the ball over, but
Yeah.
it's okay if Bear turns the ball over because Arizona has lost a turnover battle in every single game versus the P14 that they have played. They've played 3 games and they've had blah, blah, 2 turnovers, and 3 turnovers in all 3 of their P4 games. This is not a team that takes care of the ball well. This is a team that goes out there against even competition, right? They won the turnover margin like 7-1 against Weber State and Hawaii. But against reasonable competition, this is a team that does not take good care of the football. Like you said, Noah Fafita, he's not the kind of guy to throw it away. He's the kind of guy to try and fit it in between 3 guys, even if he knows that he probably can't, right? This is where our defense is going to need to force some turnovers because Arizona's probably going to cough the ball up regardless. But like you said, like our offense, that the onus is going to be on the offense to score to keep up with Arizona,
Yeah.
right? Arizona is going to probably get theirs. I don't know the numbers, but I would venture a guess that their wide receivers are probably bigger and faster than our cornerbacks and
Yeah.
our Tanner Walls and Talon Alfreys back there.
They're
Um,
deep too.
Right. And watching the Oklahoma State game, that was all that was really going on. It was just really good outside skill players for Arizona, just torching the Oklahoma State secondary, whether that's in the screen game and then taking it pretty far or throwing these deep crossing routes where they just had a couple steps on their guy. So I think if BYU can put up points against Arizona to keep up with it. I think the defense will luck into enough turnovers if we can just keep everything in front of us, right? Not give the big explosives away. I think BYU has a really good chance of winning this game. Now that's a lot to ask, but I think if we do those things, then we have a good chance of winning.
And what's not to trust about Jay Hill? Like, let's be real. I would expect, honestly, we're not going to predict, okay, but I am going to predict. I think Arizona scores on the very first series, and then they don't score again until maybe the fourth quarter. Like, that's my bold prediction. That's my
Oh,
bold prediction, just because they start really hot. Like, if you watch some of the games, they start hot. They're a high tempo spread offense. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it's a Colorado-ish kind of deal where it takes us a drive to settle in. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start 7-3 and then kind of start clawing our way back into it. We'll see.
no, I am totally on board with that. Watching the Oklahoma State Arizona game, my first thought was Arizona's amazing, right? But then after like 15, like after the first quarter or so, like they scored 24 points, boom, 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 boom. But then after that, they didn't really score. Like they went the entire like second quarter basically without scoring again. I think they kicked like a field goal or something, and
Yep.
it was just because they got out fast, and then Oklahoma State was game scripted out of trying to make this a close game, and they started having to throw the ball, and they threw a couple of picks, and it got out of hand. So I think if BYU can keep it together, even if they start slow, like you said, that means good things. And for A Rod, you're going to have to cook up a great game plan. This is
Yeah.
going to be an A Rod game. Bear is going to have to cook. Our offense is going to have to cook. We are going to have to scheme some guys open because their players are very good. If Chase Roberts couldn't outrun West Virginia's defenders, I don't think he's going to outrun Arizona's defenders. Okay, the Worm might be able to, but we're going to need to scheme get some things open to get those explosives to win this game.
Yeah, agreed. Hey, Chase got to 21.2 miles per hour. Did you see that?
I did,
He did
which
not.
is
He was taking a
crazy.
bunch of crap about like, hey, unhitch the trailer. No, that safety was just faster. Let's be
This
real.
guy's fast. Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm really excited to watch the game because in really competitive games like this, like big plays are made at the beginning of the game. Like if we get a stop on third down or if we convert a third down, I'm gonna be way more excited than I usually would.
Yep.
So, wait, how have we not mentioned this? Never mind. Take back everything we just said. We're punting, we're resting our starters, and we're just gonna play for Utah. Never mind, guys, forget it. We're losing this game. It's okay. It's all right. We're losing this
Just set
game.
it free.
Yep, set it free. We just care about Utah. By the way, I don't think Jack Kelly is playing. I think
Okay.
Isaiah Oscar will be playing, but we'll see
Okay.
those backup linebackers in there. But I honestly think we'll be okay without him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super worried, at least in this game, because Arizona isn't a huge like run the football team. They do run the football, but it's not like their bread and butter. It's not like what Utah is going to do to us running the football.
Yeah,
So having those guys out is maybe not as big of a like loss or detriment, maybe, as it would
especially
be
because
against a
it's
better
just one
team.
of them. Like, here's the thing
Right.
about having two future NFL linebackers. You lose one, you still have another one.
Yep.
Like, that's great. So,
Yep.
we're talking about the other guys
Uh,
like they're not that good. They'd be starters at any other team in the Big 12.
right.
So,
No, it's Ciale is very, very good.
yeah.
On a more realistic note, Jessa, is this just a win and get out of Dodge game? Is
Oh,
that
for sure.
the minimal bar of success is just 1 point more than Arizona?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Based on what we know about both these teams, I'm not gonna say things that we don't know and have evidence for. These are both very good teams. So if we win this game by 1 point, that's awesome. Like, let's win and get out. That's what I think.
Yep.
What about you? Do you have a
Yep.
prediction?
No, that is absolutely my standard. And it's the first game I think this year where I've actually said that, where it's like, I just want to win. Because I
Yeah,
thought we
true.
should have beaten Colorado by more. I thought we should have beaten West Virginia definitely by more, right? I think this is the first game where I don't care how it looks. I don't care what happens. You just need to win by 1 point and then you move on. Like being close to a team now, like working for a team, you recognize how little like momentum is a part of the like it's real and momentum and confidence are real, but like really good teams don't ride the roller coaster. If you win a game, you move on and you focus on the next game with the exact same process because it's your process that will win you games, not like riding some emotional high, right? And so whether we beat Arizona or we lose to Arizona or we destroy Arizona or whatever, I have faith in Kalani and in our team that regardless of how this result comes out, we are a good enough team that we'll be able to turn the page to Utah and prepare for them as if it were coming off a big win or a big loss, like we're going to prepare the same. Does that make sense?
Totally. Totally. And it sounds like the locker room, that sounds like that's 100% correct from what I hear about the locker room. Notice how the cut didn't have any celebratory footage from the locker room after the West Virginia game? I think the boys were pissed at how they played. So
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised also if we come out with some fire. Hopefully we stay disciplined. But I'm with you that I have faith in our coaching staff. I think Kalani's been doing this 10 years. So the mistakes we used to get mad about, I think we have new things to get mad about.
Yep.
So
All right, Jess. Let's with our last like 10 minutes or so, let's move on to this weekend of college football because it is
yeah,
massive,
it's a good
massive,
one.
massive week of college football. And we're going to do something we did before, Jess. We're going to do a snake draft of our favorite games of this weekend. Would you like first pick or would you like
No, you
second
got
pick?
first pick. I think I got first
Okay.
pick last time. You've got first
Okay.
pick. Just to be clear, we're gonna go back and forth, so we'll have 10 games on the schedule. And these are games like you're just looking forward to watching, but it could be for a
Yep.
positive reason, or it could be like, I can't wait to hate watch and root against these teams. Just because you take a high doesn't mean you like both teams. All right?
100%.
So let's get started. What's the first one off the board for you this weekend?
You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I'm
Yeah.
taking Arizona State at Utah.
Yeah!
I'm
Let's
sorry. There are
go.
so many good games, but this is the one besides the BYU game that I am just absolutely laser focused on. Arizona State, you are either going to be dead to me or you are going to be my favorite. Really good late game, so all my attention will be on this.
Great choice. Great choice. I'm not gonna lie, that was gonna be my first one off the board too. All right, this is tough because now we get into kind of like the reasons why I would watch the other games. And I think I might take where game day is going just because I love watching Indiana play, and I'm gonna take Indiana at Oregon for my first one. Game day is going there. It's 7 versus number 4, I think, right? If I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. Um, and I think we learn a lot about these teams, and I have an emotional investment in rooting for Indiana. I want Indiana to make it to the Big Ten championship this year. So
Yep.
that's my
No, I'm
first one
totally
off the
with you.
board.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Snaking back around, you get the first pick in the second round.
Oh yeah, that's me. Okay, I'm gonna take our boy Jakey boy on Friday night. I'm gonna
Oh.
say Eastern Carolina at Tulane.
Or on Thursday night, right?
Oh,
I thought that
yeah,
was the
Thursday
Thursday.
night. Thank you.
Thursday.
Yay. One game earlier. Yeah, I think it's a BYU opponent who's really good, and then it's Jake. So I just want a good game there because it's a bonus either way it goes. Maybe I want Tulane to win just a little bit more, but a close game, please.
Yeah. No, I'm totally with you. Both of these teams fighting for their life in the American. Which, speaking of, this is crazy, but I'm
Oh,
doing
I
it.
love this game.
Yes, I'm very excited about this game, and also my computer is frozen. So
Oh,
there we
nice.
go. No, USF at North Texas on Friday night. All the casuals out there are like, "What the frick? What is this game?" No, listen up, everybody. Let me educate you, okay? I'm being curious, not judgmental. Um,
Hmm.
you probably just don't know that USF is one of the best G5 teams. They lost to Miami at Miami. Miami might be the second best or the best team in college football, okay? USF is very good. They have a very good quarterback. He's electric to watch, and their offense runs like 50 plays like per second. They are so fast. And then there's North Texas, who kind of came out of the blue and has an incredible offense and a horrible defense. This is going to be electric on Friday night. USF at North Texas. That's my second pick.
And I love that it's like a standalone game, right? I know there's other Friday night games, but this is the game I'll be tuned into. Oh, I love that one. I was hoping that one would stay on the board. Okay. My next one,
For
gosh.
wait,
Oh no, it's you. Okay, good.
it's me.
Good.
Yes, yes.
I
The
need
snake
time.
two-person snake drafts are tough. But I'm going Red River Shootout.
Love
I
it.
know everybody is down on Texas. Apparently, Oklahoma's quarterback John Mateer probably might not play. I think would be
Or will he?
really funny. I don't
They're
know.
practicing indoors because they don't want the media to see who is running their quarterback snaps. I'm dead serious.
I just love the psychotic nature of college football coaches.
Yeah.
Um, I'm taking this one because one, it's an iconic rivalry and it's so fun and I love it. And two, like imagine how funny it would be if Texas just gets sat on by Florida, comes out and beats the number 5 team in the country by a billion. Right? That's what I'm going to be rooting so hard for. Plus, I want to see all of the fried ice cream getting shoved down fat redneck gullets all day long. So Red River Shootout is my third pick.
Okay, we're getting deep now. We're getting deep. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna go with a hate watch or with a deep pull. Honestly, I think I might go a deep pull.
Okay.
And well, it's not really a deep pull, but give me Kansas at Texas Tech.
Ooh, this is a
Texas Tech,
great one.
again, they haven't really been tested, and I stand by that. They haven't played a
Yep.
good team, okay?
Fact.
Have not
Fact.
played a good team. Kansas is kind of freaky. They've got a really good offense. And honestly, I hate to say this, but I don't have a dog in the fight with Texas Tech. I really like watching them play. So like I'm rooting for them, you know?
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but at the same time, I want this to be a close game. So my mind could change about that, but Kansas
No,
at
it's a good
Texas
pick.
Tech, that's what I would
If
take.
Texas Tech is as good as everyone says they are, they should win this game handily. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. That might be a turnoff in the third quarter. Okay, and then I'm taking another Big 12 game because I'm starting. It's the point of the season where I'm starting to root for games that have to
Yep.
shake up the conference
Yep.
race, you know? Give me Iowa State at Colorado. Iowa State just got blown out, right? Who'd they play?
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati. Oh, they
Cincy.
didn't get blown out. Okay, that game was
Well,
not an
they kind of
eight-point game.
they kind of did. It was not an 8 point game.
Yeah, yeah, they kind of got owned there. Their entire secondary is out. And I want Colorado to win games so that they're not 0-3 in conference and that game doesn't look absolutely terrible for us, okay? It's
Yep.
at Colorado, so we'll see. And also, if Iowa State gets kicked out of the conference race, I'm happy about that. That opens up space for BYU, right?
Yep.
Stupid tiebreakers. Gosh. All right, what are you taking?
I'm gonna go with. Let's see. I'm gonna go with this one. Everybody likes the shirt when I wear it. Everybody loves it. I'm gonna go with
Yes.
USC hosting Michigan. Oh, perfect. It thought I was
Whoa.
doing a thumb down. That's awesome. Yeah, I hate Michigan, and I don't know if USC is any good, but I really hope they are because it would be really funny if they beat Michigan. And I hate both of these teams, but I hate Michigan 10 times more than I hate USC. I think it's going to be kind of fun. I think Bryce Underwood isn't that good, and I think USC could be kind of feisty. I think they're going to score more points than Michigan, and I would love to watch Michigan lose. So that's going to be my fourth pick.
USC kind of has a defense this year. I
They
mean,
kind of do, which is really weird.
yeah, and their only loss is to
Well,
Indiana.
they have more.
So,
They have more of a defense than they had in the past. I don't know if they have a great defense, but they have more of a defense than they do in the past.
yeah.
All right,
Also,
for
why
my
is Michigan
last,
ranked? That's just the last thing I'm gonna say.
exactly.
Keep going. Whatever.
Exactly. For my last game, I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. Ohio State at Illinois. I mean, A, it's Ohio State, but B, like you need a noon game to watch. Now, do I think I hate it when Ohio State plays at noon, especially against the top 25 team like Illinois. But with all the other games in all the other windows, I I appreciate not that it's at noon, but that it's at a different time than the other games that I care about because we have BYU in the 7:30 primetime slot. We have Utah State, Arizona at the night slot, and then we have like Indiana, Oregon, and the Red River Shootout at 3:30 Eastern. So it kind of fits that I can fit this in when there's not a ton of other great games. I mean, there is one that you'll probably take, but I'm going to be able to focus on the Ohio State game and enjoy it without having to put it like in the corner of the screen so that I can watch my other games. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah, you gotta spread out the day. And I'm gonna take the other game in that noon window,
Yep.
which is Bama, Missouri. I was gonna joke and say Penn State, Northwestern. Um, but we'll go Bama, Missouri, and it's a hate watch against Alabama. why in the world is a 4-1 Alabama ranked above a 5-0 Missouri? Like, if those logos were switched, then Bama would be number one in the nation. And I think Missouri is better than people think they are. And again, going back to what you were saying, I want both. I don't like either of these teams, but I need Bama to not make the playoffs. Like I need air. So it's
Yep.
just the life of a college
And
football fan, I guess.
and I will say this, like I don't like this game because I know if Missouri beats Bama, they'll just flip flop,
Yeah, it's a
right?
quality
E-
win or quality loss.
Exactly, and a quality loss, right? But if I'm being honest, I would much rather have Mizzou make the playoff than Bama make the playoff. Like when you like you were saying, right? Like we need Bama not to make the playoff just because Bama. And I think if Missouri beats them, Missouri will take their spot, but it would be really funny if Bama loses.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good rundown. We're almost out of time here. That was 10
We are.
solid games. It's going to be a great weekend.
It is going to be a great weekend. So park yourself, park